What's going on, everybody? This is an example of a facial expression animation demo file. What we have here is a Adobe ANIMATE document that has three layers. One has the face drawing, the other has the head, and then the third layer, not labeled anything, it's just called layer 1. This one has the reference photos that I copy and pasted from the internet. Now it's currently locked, but if I wanted to, I could select this or use the pre-transform tool to resize it if I needed it to be larger in order for me to copy. Okay? And by copy, I mean trace, because one of the things about animation is you don't have to be able to draw everything from your imagination in order to make a successful animation. You're welcome to trace reference photos. So each one of these black dots down here is a keyframe with a different expression. Okay? And each one needs to have a little bit more time on the timeline, because at 12 frames per second, each one of these is a 12th of a second. So the first thing we want to do after drawing a couple of different keyframe poses is we're going to extend the existence of these poses by pressing the F5 key on our keyboard. The long way is to go to Insert Frame. And when you do that on a frame that already has a keyframe on it, it really just extends it. So I'm going to make each one of these drawings last about 20 frames, roughly. I'm just pressing F5, 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 and it's extending the existence. Let me change my scale just a little bit on this timeline. Okay. Right, now you might be wondering, where did the face go? Well, the face only existed until here. So what I want to do for both the reference photos and the head layer, I'm going to click on the timeline in that open space and press F5, and then press F5 on the layer below it. And then they'll all exist for the same amount of total time. And what I need to do is transition from this face here, kind of this disgruntled, upset face, to this surprised face. So I'm going to insert 3 blank keyframes at this little intersection here where one ends and the other begins. So we insert blank keyframe. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut for it. But right click, insert blank keyframe, and then one more. So it'll take me 3 different drawings to transition from this face to this face. And to help me with this, I have onion skin. So Alt-Shift-O will activate the onion skin. And when I zoom in, you can see the green is the future and the blue is the past. So what I want to do is first, in the middle here, I'm select, grab my brush, and then I'll increase the brush size from 4 to about 8. I'm going to go ahead and draw kind of an in-between. Ooh, I'm painting with white. Let's paint with black. That would be better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and paint kind of an in-between eyebrow shape. And then for the eyes themselves, I'll go ahead and put pupils here. And then maybe I'll shrink my brush down and do kind of a in-between shape of the eye here. So we're going kind of from angry to concerned. Right, so let's go to the previous keyframe, which is blank, and I can see where I'm going, where I've been. And so I'll make my brush big. Okay, for this one, I'm going to actually have the eye stay attached to the little brow section right there. I'll go ahead and make a nice big brush so I can quickly make pupils. Okay. So we'll go back a frame. We can turn off the onion skin. Now let's look at the transition. From stern, softening up, eyebrows going up, and eventually we need to here, so I have to fill in this last blank keyframe. So I'll go ahead and make my eyebrows most of the way to their final position. And then I'll shrink my brush down. Draw the pupils first. Go ahead and draw kind of an in-between eye. Like that. Turn off onion skin. Looks a little crooked. Okay, so maybe I'll select this one. pre-transform it, just rotate that a little bit. Alright, I can live with that. Alright, so let's go back. Alright, so I've animated the eyes changing. I have to animate now the rest of the face changing. So Control S to save. Turn onion skin back on. Then I'm going from this pose to this pose. Right, I already have keyframes set up, there's just no drawing in place. So I will go ahead to the middle one, B for brush, zoom in on the nose and the mouth, and then draw kind of a in-between nostril position here. I need to have the nostrils showing by the time we get to the final keyframe, but the nostrils are not showing to start. So here we'll have kind of a underline like that, and the mouth goes from closed to open. I think what I'll have this one do is be kind of halfway there. Maybe a little bit of the tongue is showing. Use K for the paint bucket to fill that in. B back to the brush. So let's look here. And the mouth. That would still be a little crooked, but starting to open. Okay, cool. Alright, so from here we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so there's a little line in the future. I'll hit B for brush, and I'll have like maybe the start of that line. In fact, maybe that's too high, maybe I'll have it here. Now I need to draw the in-between between here and here. Let's go ahead and make the nostrils even more prominent. Probably will go back and fill those in. Okay. Go ahead. Draw a notch between my blue and my green. Alright, green is the future, blue is the past. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a shape that's mostly what we're going to have. Okay, for the paint bucket. Now let's turn the onion skin off. Zoom out. And I have a little piece of meat between up there. I'll just grab that with my eraser. Alright, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So that first portion is working great. Save my work. Then I'm going to move on to the next expression. Alright, so there's a lot of expression changes, and I need to insert my keyframes to give myself room to draw. Now, you could insert a keyframe that copies what you already have. Let me shift click and clear these keyframes for a second. I can press F6, and it will give me a continuation of this drawing, but then I have to go through and erase the things that I want to change. You can do that, but I find putting a blank keyframe in there better. Alright, so as you work, you'll save. When you get done, you'll export as an animated GIF or a movie. Let me open a more finished version of this. Click through your demonstration file. Zoom it out. And we'll rewind to the beginning. And we'll hit the play button. Enter. Alright, one more time. Alright, so notice the starting and ending positions are the same. To set that up, what you can do is go to the beginning of your timeline, select the frame and press Control-C to copy or do Edit Copy. And just go out to the end of your timeline, insert a blank keyframe, and do Edit, Paste in Place. When you do that, you'll end up pasting it exactly where it was before. Alrighty? And that way you can have a looping animated GIF just like the one that's in your handout as an example at the end. So have fun with this. Save as you go. Make sure you have expressive mouth and eye shapes and poses. And as always, feel free to use photos as a reference. I think that will be very helpful to all of you.